Hi, welcome. Today we are going to study the important point endergonic reactions and exergonic reactions. Now, in the second lecture, we have studied that if change in free energy, that is delta G, is negative, it means that delta G is less than 0, then the reaction is spontaneous and proceeds in the forward direction. Similarly, we have seen that if delta G is positive, that is delta G is greater than 0, then the reaction is non-spontaneous, and if delta G is equal to 0, the reaction has achieved equilibrium. So this is we have studied in second lecture. So from this we have decided that the value of delta G gives us the criteria for the spontaneity. So when in a chemical reaction the change in Gibbs free energy, that is delta G, is less than 0, then that reaction is spontaneous. Okay, so this is the criteria for spontaneity. Now these values of delta G have relation with the exergonic reactions and endergonic reactions. Let us see how. First, we will see what is endergonic reactions. The reactions that have a positive delta G, that is delta G is greater than 0, where energy is absorbed, are called as endergonic reactions. Okay, so the definition is very simple. Reactions that have a positive delta G where energy is absorbed are called as endergonic reactions. Okay, now here the endergonic means work consuming. Remember the word, it is endergonic, not endothermic. So don't confuse with the exothermic and endothermic. These two are the endergonic and exergonic reactions. Okay, so here endergonic means work consuming. Example is formation of diamond from graphite. Formation of diamond from graphite. In such a type of reactions, the formed compounds are thermodynamically unstable with respect to their elements. When we consider endergonic reactions, in these reactions, the formed compounds are thermodynamically unstable with respect to their elements. So these are the non-spontaneous reactions. Okay. Now opposite to endergonic reactions, there is exergonic reactions. Now what is its definition? See, reactions that have a negative delta G, that is delta G is less than 0, where energy is released, are called exergonic reactions. Here exergonic means work producing. See, in such a type of reactions energy is released, so that energy can be used for the further processes. So such reactions are work producing, they may produce work again. Okay, so that is the meaning of word exergonic, work producing. Examples are, first one is reaction for formation of water from its elements. This is first example. Second example is reaction for formation of carbon dioxide from its elements. So formation of water, formation of carbon dioxide are the exergonic reactions. And important point is the formed compounds are thermodynamically stable. In case of endergonic reactions, the formed products are thermodynamically unstable, but in case of exergonic reactions, the formed compounds are thermodynamically stable with respect to their elements. Okay, now we will compare endergonic reactions and exergonic reactions with this graph. See, if we plot Gibbs free energy against time, see, firstly endergonic reactions, reactants have lower free energy than the product. So product have more Gibbs free energy. Okay, now if we take the difference, that is delta G, so as free energy of product is more, than the reactant. So the difference which is delta G will be greater than 0. Okay, so as delta G is greater than 0, reaction is not spontaneous. Okay, this is we have studied earlier. Then in this case, if you look at this diagram or this graph, the energy of product is more than the energy of reactant. So energy is absorbed and delta G is greater than 0. Okay, this is endergonic reaction. And in case of exergonic reaction, if you look at this graph, the energy of reactant is greater than the energy of product, free energy of product. So when we take difference, that delta G will be less than 0 because the energy, free energy of product is less than the free energy of reactants. Okay, so as delta G is less than 0, reaction is spontaneous, and if we look at the energy which of reactant is greater and product is less, so energy is released in such a type of reaction. So these three are the main differences we have explained with the help of these graphs. So this is about the endergonic and the exergonic reactions. Thank you.